So Crazy Kennar has released a new movie called My Name is Omosh, and it's on his website. So I thought I would get it for you guys. So I've watched it, and here is my review. All right. So first and foremost, the buying process. I think this is one of the movies where like it was easy to buy, like because these days creators and movie makers are using links to sell their movies, and I think this is one of the ones that because I think the feature of where you connect directly to the TV, that was a very nice feature. It was very easy for me. I scanned the QR code and it was on my TV immediately. So I think that's a very, very, very good step forward in this new way of purchasing and watching movies. So it was very easy for me to buy it. Okay, so let's get into the movie. And I think one of the standout things for this movie, of course, I won't give any spoilers, but the standout things is the performances. Okay, I really enjoyed the performance by Kennar and the performance by Austin. Like they really, really, really brought it. It was funny. I laughed watching the whole, Konza Austin. I think he was very funny. He understood the character and he brought it out. Also, Kenna was very, very funny, and I enjoyed the stammering character. You know, and of course, we saw themes such as bullying. Of course, like I've talked about this before, that movies in Kenya sometimes don't look like movies in Kenya, and I don't think we had a problem with this because considering that in this movie there was Indian representation, I could see, oh yeah, these are Kenyan Indians, like the locations that they were shooting from, like they looked like Kenya, and that's usually in my book that's a big plus with these movies. We are not trying to be what we are not. So there was absolutely cultural representation. I enjoyed seeing the locations that they shot at. I enjoyed seeing the houses. I enjoyed seeing, places that I would visit and I would see, So that was a very big plus for that movie. Another thing, I've already said that it was a funny movie. I enjoyed the comedy. It had me laughing all along, even without the dialogue, just venye Kennar. If you know Kennar, you guys know he's funny. So that had it was a plus for the movie. Another thing that I really, really enjoyed about the movie is that there was a star appearance. Maybe this is the only spoiler that I will give. We had Steve Simple Boy show up. And it was a very exciting moment. When I saw Steve Simple Boy come out, I was like, oh yeah, mushkila mushkila, and I was I was happy to see Dragon of Africa there, and Steve did his thing. He was funny, so the celebrity appearance was very, very good. If I was to rate this movie, I would rate it a 7 out of 10. It's Kenar's first movie. It was amazing. He's gone above and beyond, and he's really, really, really pushed the boundaries, right? And he's coming from, it's a comedy movie. And of course, like we tuna encourage this kind of whatever, and that's why I watched it, because I was like, we need to support it. Abel can't be the only creator or the only the creator that anatoa movies. And of course, hizi movies zikiendelea kutolewa, like our industry will keep moving forward. For example, like when I said about Cash Money and how different it felt quality. It felt good, and this is the direction that we need to see our film industry growing, because for a while the film industry has been non-existent, but with this digital age it has given an opportunity, because one of the biggest problem with film is how do you distribute it. Kenyans don't have a culture of, like, going to the movies, going to the theaters and sitting down and watching. So how do we build that character, how do we build that culture, or what culture can we come up with that Kenyans can buy into and watch it and watch and promote our movie industry. So one of this idea of buying links, me, I'm for it, because it is one of the ways where we improve the culture of Kenyans actually watching movies. If you can buy your link, for example, the Kennar way, I've told you, it was very, very simple. I just scanned a QR code, it was on my TV, I already started watching. So I think I enjoyed that aspect, that if we can come up with this culture and if Kenyans can embrace this link culture, or even maybe it can be an app as it goes on. We have our own Netflix here in Kenya, or we can have our movies go to Netflix. But if we have one dedicated to Kenyan movies, I think that would be really awesome. So I appreciate and I encourage na napenda sana nikiona like our Kenyan artists, our Kenyan creators, our Kenyan movie producers, they're embracing the online movement, because maybe sometimes it's very hard for people who are used to creating movies to embrace online. But as we have seen with people like Mukuru, like there's this embracing of online, like they are creating websites, they are creating links, and of course these are creators wametoka YouTube to go and do this movie business. So we welcome it. And for his first movie, me, it was a 10 out of 10. But of course, as a movie critic, I think I'll give it a 7. So, because there are some things maybe I know they'll get better with time, and I know on his second movie it will be better and he will keep growing. Because, for example, okay, let's say like lighting kidogo, the exterior scenes were very, very tricky, and I know something like that is kitu kama budget, because there are a lot of equipment that are involved when shooting this kind of movie. So, and controlling something like the sunlight, that can be very, very tricky. So we saw that in sometimes some shots were overexposed and it was a bit, the highlights were too much. But I know like yoni kitu by the second movie, by the third movie, hiyo itakuwa iko ironed out, because of course tunamsupport ata get equipment ya could be able to handle the elements, if I may say. Another thing maybe I could say, it's kidogo was not at par. Maybe the audio kidogo. Sometimes the balance of the audio was a bit, kuna parts ulikuwa unasikia it's a bit loud, saa zingine it's a bit ni audio iko chini, but of course like venye nasema, like all those things are vitu za a budget, right? By the second movie, by the third movie, niko sure kitu kama lighting na audio, those ones will be out. And maybe the last thing maybe I would say is sometimes kufuata story was a bit hard, especially that the love story. Like I could see what he was trying to do, but sometimes unaona unapotea kidogo before like uelewe, and then later you are like, oh, okay, so this is what was happening here and here and here. So and so ulikuwa unapata story iko poa, but inafika mahali ni kama unapotea, if it makes sense. But apart from those, like this movie is a must see. We must support this movie creations, and that's why like I'm doing this review, because I enjoyed the movie, I enjoyed watching it. Tell me, what do you think about this movie? Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? What's your review?